The draw from Madrid has just come out. The WTA event, massive 1,000 event on the WTA and the ATP combined event. We're going to start with the ladies event. Pretty stacked event, but let's go to the players that are not playing. So the withdrawal list for the WTA, we have a lot of big names, including Bencic, she's pulled out. Collins, Halep has also pulled out. Ons Jabeur has also pulled out due to a tear in her calf muscle. Keys, Noskova. Osaka's pulled out, of course, because she is pregnant and she won't be playing for the whole rest of the year. Pliskova, Risk, Siniakova, Teague, Tomanovic, who's still struggling with a knee problem, and Song has also pulled out. So some big names there, especially Bencic and Pliskova. Both have been very good on the clay so far this year, both missing from Madrid. Well, let's go to the top half of the draw. Okay, so here's the top of the draw. We have 32 seeds in this one, and all 32 get a bye in the first round. Iga Swiatek, she gets a bye in the first round. She'll take on the winner of Raducanu, taking on a qualifier. Very interesting second round, Raducanu Swiatek. Then we've got Iella taking on Maria. Winner of that plays the number 28 seed, Pera, in the second round. Then we've got Zhang getting a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Gauff or McNally in the second round. Then we've got Cornet taking on a qualifier. Winner of that will play Alexandrova, the 16th seed in the second round. So look, Swiatek's draw has got some tricky names, you know, Raducanu, Cornet, Zhang, even Alexandrova's a tough one, but I think it's manageable. She just won Stuttgart. She should get through those names. She beat Zhang last week. She's beaten Raducanu this year as well. Alexandrova and Cornet could be an interesting one, but I think she should be okay in this section. Next section of the draw, we've got Krejickova. Gets by in the first round. She'll take on either Kovanic or a qualifier in the second round. Then we've got Gracheva taking on Wong. Winner of that would play Andreescu, number 23 seed, who's back from that injury that she got in Miami, which is good to see her back so quick. Then we've got Mahatic getting a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Podoroska or a qualifier in the second round. Then we've got Kalinskaya taking on Fruhvirtova. Winner of that will take on the number 7 seed, Rybakina. So this section's interesting. Rybakina, Krejickova, the big seeds. Mahatic can play on clay. Andreescu also back from injury. Interested to see how that works. But interesting section. Not too many crazy unseeded players, but very interesting matchups, potentially third and fourth rounds. Winner of this section might play Swiatek in the quarterfinals. All right, next section of the draw, we've got Pegula getting a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Paolini or a qualifier in the second round. Then we've got Svitolina taking on Sasnovich. Winner of that match will take on the number 29 seed, Pliskova. Then we've got Trevisan taking on a qualifier in the second round. A lot of qualifiers in this section of the draw. There's another qualifier taking on Parks. Winner of that will take on Azarenka, the 15th seed in the second round. So Pegula, Azarenka, potential fourth round. Interesting section. Again, Pegula made the final here last year, so I think she'll like her draw. A couple of qualies in there. Azarenka's the toughest player in this section, I think, for Pegula. Then the bottom section of the top half, we've got Kudermetova. Bye in the first round. She'll take on either Blinkova or a qualifier in the second round. Then we've got Christian taking on Stevens. Winner of that will take on Potapova, the 21st seed in the second round. Then we've got Teichmann into the second round. After a bye in the first, she'll take on either Sharenko or Bronzetti in the second round. Then we've got Kazantseva taking on Pavlyuchenkova. Winner of that match will take on the number 8 seed, Kasatkina. So this section's a little open because, you know, Kudermetova, Kasatkina, both pretty good clay quarters. Potapova's in good form. So it could be one of them, but I mean, this section's a little bit open. And of course, this section will take on the Pegula section in the quarterfinals and possibly Swiatek in the semis. So I feel like this bottom section might be the most open. All right, let's go to the bottom half of the draw now. Top half of the bottom, top section of the bottom half. We've got Gauff bye in the first round. She'll take on either Kanepi or a qualifier in the second round. Then we've got Strikova taking on Chocchioretto. Winner of that will take on Badosa. So potentially a Badosa Gauff third round there. Then we've got Vekic taking on either Masarova or Buxa in the second round after getting a bye in the first. And Nisimova will take on a qualifier. Winner will play Sakari. This is the hardest section of the draw. You've got Badosa, Sakari, Gauff, and Vekic. Not to mention Kanepi and Nisimova. All very tough opponents. Nisimova made a French Open. People forget about that back in 2019. Also, I think Masarova might have been a junior Grand Slam champion. I'm not sure if it's a French Open or not, but she is tough. Buxa, also a tough clay quarter from Spain. So this section's the worst section. I think this is the hardest section. Gauff especially. Very tough for her. All right, next section of the draw, we've got Samsonova. Gets a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Zanevska or Kennan in the second round. And we've got Fruhvirtova taking on Volynets. Winner of that will take on Ostapenko in the second round. And we've got Bagu into the second round. She'll take on the winner of Kontaveit and Mukova. Very good first round matchup there. Very fun. Bogdan will take on Bondaire. Winner of that match will take on Rogers, who comes in as the 33rd seed after Jabeur withdrew. So this section's a little more open, but Ostapenko, we know what she's capable of. Samsonova can play on clay. We saw that last year. Fruhvirtova is an interesting one to see. Kenin made a final of a French Open, so watch out for her as well, maybe. Contemplate Mukova. So I feel like this section's open, and this section takes on the Gauff section. So the Gauff section's crazy. This section's a little bit more random, I think. All right, next section of the draw, we've got Garcia. She'll take on the winner of Putintseva or Liu in the second round. Then we've got Georgie taking on Sharif. Winner of that will take on Kalinina in the second round. Then we've got Mertens. She gets a bye in the first round as well. She'll take on either Zhu or Marino in the second round. Then we've got Niemeyer taking on Wong. Winner of that will take on Kvitova in the second round. So Garcia's got a nice draw. I mean, it's not easy, but she'll like her chances, I'm sure. Tricky opponents. Kvitova in the fourth round, of course. Look, you know, Georgie, Putintseva, Kalinina did well here last year. Mertens is always tough to play. So I feel, again, like this draw is a little bit open. Maybe Kvitova based on form. And the bottom section of the draw, you've got Haddad Maia. She'll take on either Andreeva or Fernandez in the second round. Qualifier will take on Ribera. Winner of that will take Lynette in the second round, who gets a bye in the first round. Then you got Kostyuk also getting a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Osorio or a qualifier. Then you got Castella taking on Davis. Winner of that will take Sabalenka. Remember, in Miami, Castella took on Sabalenka and won. So that could be an interesting match. Not easy for Sabalenka. Kostyuk in the third round. Potentially Haddad Maia or Lynette in the fourth round. Very capable of playing on clay, those two. So that's tough for Sabalenka, who won this tournament 2 years ago. And of course, this section will take on the Garcia section in the quarterfinals, and of course this section as well will take on in the semifinals Thackeray, Gauff. I mean, the second half of the draw is a lot more random from what I can see. But who do you think is going to win? Let me know if you're watching this video later in the comments below, or let me know in the chat right now. Who is going to win in Madrid? I mean, Swiatek's playing. She didn't play last year. Sabalenka won 2 years ago. Pegula made the final last year. Can she win it this year? A lot of players with question marks. Obviously, a very tough draw for someone like a Gauff. Rybakina is injured, so maybe we might get someone outside the top 10 winning this one. Maybe this is going to be a bit more random, or maybe Swiatek can take the win. But let me know, who do you think is going to take out Madrid for the ladies?